Hi, I'm Jim Marr, and I'd like to welcome you to this masterclass video on ethical and professional standards for CFA Level 3. That's right, you are this close to getting your charter. So time spent here can really pay off for you on exam day. As you can see on your screen, it's about 10 to 15% of your questions are going to come right out of this material. Now in this video, we're not going to do deep dives into the standards, if you will. We really want to give you a real broad overview on how you should approach studying ethics and the Asset Manager Code to get you across that finish line and pick up those valuable points on exam day. So, 4 things you need to be familiar with for your exam. You're familiar with these, right? The Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct, and we're going to see that coming up in a little bit. That would be, say, the 12th edition. The Guidance for Standards 1 through 7. And here's the big star, the application of the code and standards. Very, very important here. As you know, on the CFA Level 3 exam, you're going to get some sort of vignette, and you're going to have to determine whether or not someone made a violation, right? So you really need to focus on application of the code and standards for the CFA Level 3 exam. And also, you want to become familiar with the Asset Manager Code of Conduct. All 4 of these pieces go hand in hand to help you be successful on exam day. All right, where do you need to hone in on? What's very important? We call that our exam focus, where you need to understand the ethical responsibilities required by the code and standards. You should be there already at this point in your studies, right? Through watching our module videos, possibly going through the code itself, that Standards of Practice Handbook, rather, the 12th edition, if you will. Going through examples, practice questions. So you should be well on your way here. Also interpret the CFA Institute Code and Standards in various situations involving issues of professional integrity. And that would be, say, our item sets, right? Being able to read that vignette and be able to come to some conclusions on whether or not someone made a violation. And you should be well on your way there as well. Evaluate practices, policies, and conduct. That really goes hand in hand with our second bullet point here. And then you shift gears into a new realm, if you will, in Level 3. You didn't see this before, where you need to understand the purpose and 6 general principles of the Asset Manager Code of Conduct. Nothing real difficult there, I'm sure. At this point, you should be a little familiar with this as well. And also recommended practices and procedures of the Asset Manager Code. All right, now let's look at ethics. And when you're looking at ethics on the screen in front of you, it really is the bedrock of professional behavior, right? And I've listed a few of the ethical principles that you should be very familiar with at this point in your studies: honesty, fairness, and diligence, right? And when we're looking at this here and we're acting in an ethical manner, what is that really doing? Well, I like to draw that little arrow there. It builds greater levels of trust. And that is extremely important in the investment profession. Without trust, we really don't have any sort of relationship with our clients. Now, this ethical behavior and the code and standards obviously applies to members and charter holders, right? Including charter holders, and also candidates, right? And we are held to that standard of integrity and trust.